What's happening, everybody? Look who I've got with me. I've got Brandy
Woo,
back.
woo, I'm so excited.
She came back. So what's going on? You know, it's funny is several people, I think I've relayed this to you, have reached out to me and said, God, where'd Brandy go? Get her back. It always makes me feel about an inch tall, but people really like this dynamic. So it definitely works. I think it's entertaining.
They think we're like this old married couple who just bicker at each other all the time.
Speaking of
we
old,
are married, but not to each other.
Not to each other. Today, speaking of birthdays, today's my 38th birthday, so I think I'm probably 10 years older than you. But someday you'll get here and understand. So.
Oh, I love you right now, too, right? Because you know how old I am, and
I really don't.
I'm older than you.
I really don't know how old you are. So.
I'm significantly older than you, actually.
Are you really?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Really, I had no idea. There's something new every day. So what's been going on in your world? You've been missing for, I don't know, 4 or 5 episodes now. People are beginning to wonder.
It's terrible. It's so funny. I know we haven't been doing this long, but I have truly missed this. And I'm so thankful to have a moment to be here with you guys. So anyway, my life this summer has been putting my children into school. I have a daughter who is going to a science and math boarding school for her junior and senior year of high school. And we moved her in last weekend. And then my son is going to Kent State in Ohio, and we moved him in this weekend. So if you do not have children that are going away to school yet, set aside the largest amount of money that you could ever possibly imagine just to get them there. It's not the college. It's, okay, so my son has an EpiPen. Do you know how much a new EpiPen costs? It's over $300 for an EpiPen that he hopefully will never use. And then you've got bedding and toothbrushes and clothes, because you know they can't go to school without new clothes, right? And then they have to have new shoes, and it's insane. And then of course, if you're moving them out, you know that your time at home with them is done. So you have to take them on a vacation. So of course we had to do a day at Disney and a day at Universal.
Oh boy.
Which is not cheap.
No.
Not cheap. No.
So for bedding, what'd you guys use? Like pine shavings or cedar?
I wish it would have been a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
No. So I have one girl. My son, I bought him a bed in a bag and $25. He was happy as could be. But my daughter needed soft blanks, Mom. I need things that will make me feel comfortable after I've had a long day at school.
3,000 thread counts.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I apologize for not being around, but sometimes you got to know when to say when. As Garland on the previous episode was saying, busyness will kill you. So you got to balance it out. So I took a pause, but I'm back. Yay!
Absolutely. Glad to have you back. It was not the same without you. What I'm looking forward to is our first guest interview with both of us and the guest, 3-way.
Oh, I'm always so excited.
So I've got people on the calendar. I just got to flip it over to you and see if it works for you for sure. So,
okay, I want everybody listening to notice that. He planned these without me, and then I get in trouble when I'm not available to meet with them and be on the podcast. So I look like the bad guy, but it wasn't an opportunity for me to be a co-planner. It was just, here, Brandy, here's the dates. Make this work.
You know what? I'm going to give you calendar access so you can see my calendar whenever you want to as well. Certainly not my intention, but I just send people a link and then it gets booked, and I just, in the chaos,
Yep. Yep. Gotcha.
So what's changed since you've left? Holy cow.
I cut my hair, I cut 5 inches off my hair. Does that count?
It does. Very nice.
Did you cut your hair too?
Low blow there, buddy.
If you're just listening, he doesn't really have any hair.
Nope, I'm bald. Completely bald. Sorry, my Facebook is blowing up. You can't ever get away from the notifications. I swear, I think have everything closed. Doesn't matter if I'm making a screen share, video, podcast, stuff always interrupts. And it's yep, it's still interrupting. So I'll do what I can do there. So since you've last spoken to me, I've hinted to you that I might be involved in a new venture of some kind. Wonder what the heck that could be about.
I don't know, but I feel like there should be sound effects, like a Twilight Zone or a drum roll or something.
This episode, we should just do a catching up episode where we're just literally just catching up and the listeners can be flies on the wall. Sound good to you?
I like this.
Yeah, let's do this. This will kind of be an unplugged, the first of an unknown number of unplugged.
Jason and Brandy, Unplugged.
So a couple weeks ago, and some people listening will know about this, but I was following my buddy Corey Richard, and he was doing some really interesting things with Facebook groups. Nothing new there, but you've noticed Facebook has been putting a ton of emphasis on their groups as well. So I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, well, I grew a group of to 10,000 members in like 90 days. And I was like, whoa, what kind of an ad spend was that? And he's like, I didn't spend a dime on ads. So I was like, that's interesting. So I start following them, and I was like, I'm going to put together a group. I've got a few groups. I got one for smoking meats and one for golf. And
wait, what did you just say?
I have a group for smoking meats, like grilling, barbecue.
That's not what it sounded like you said.
No, I'm not a drug user. I didn't say smoking weed. Smoking meats, pork and chicken. So yeah, your eyes, you're like, what? You admitted that? What?
Well, I mean, I don't care if you smoke weed. I just thought it was interesting that you had a group for it and you threw it right out there on the podcast.
Nope, not at all. Yeah, it's called Smoke to Perfection, and it's a bunch of guys that grill and gals grill and smoke. So, awesome. I just have had groups for just like my own entertainment. So I was like, you know what? And I've tried a lot of things and failed, which I don't mind at all. I test a lot of stuff, and you never know. Sometimes the stuff that catches traction, you're like, really? This? Now? What? So I made this group called Funnel Building for Profit, and it's the same thing I do every day now with clients. Instead of working with people on this side of the fence, I'm teaching them how to do what I do. And it's funny because there's some people I know that are in the group that don't want to learn to do it for other people, but they want to learn to do it for themselves, or they want more perspective on one of the, there's all kinds of reasons. So this is really interesting. So our group is up to 67 people now.
Nice.
Yep, it's an opportunity for me to screen share and teach. So I put a bunch of content in there, and we have fun. And it's really interesting because I've seen enough activity in the short amount of time we've done it to say, I think there's something very significant here for this brand. And I'm having a good time doing it too. So,
which is really 90% of what the goal is, if you're having fun doing it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, you can't do the agency thing forever. I'll always work with clients in some capacity, but that capacity will probably change with time. So, this was always kind of the plan: get the experience, get the training, and then teach. It's interesting. So this new venture, actually Corey and myself have teamed up, and he works in the travel. So Corey Richard, the guy that showed me the Facebook groups, he works in the travel space and has some other things going on. Well, he's got some really good momentum and a really good audience kind of in his niche. And I'm good at what I do with the marketing stuff. So we've put our heads together and come up with a good partnership there to do some things together. So it's still kind of an offshoot of this business, but just kind of another angle, another revenue stream, another opportunity. So I'm really excited about that. If my energy seems low, I'm fatigued from lack of sleep and playing golf in the Indiana summer.
I was going to say, Leah, let's ask him why he's fatigued today.
Yep. It's been a tough week lately. It's a tough week lately. It's been a tough week so far. It's been tiring. I've just been burning hard at each end, but I'm having a good time. And I've got usually from this point to about Christmas, things stay pretty goddamn busy. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, with digital marketing, I had to ask some people, but it's definitely a seasonality to it. June and July are kind of slow for new business, and then kind of that Christmas to January is a little slow. But other than that, it's pretty busy. So,
which would make sense because that's when people are thinking about stuff, right?
Yep.
So like the end of the year, they're thinking about, I've got to do better next year. I'm not making enough money this year, so they're like, okay, I need some marketing. In the summer, everybody's at the pool. Nobody cares about their marketing during the summer. So that does make a lot of sense.
Absolutely. What's new in your world from the coaching side of things?
So
giggle box over here.
Okay, so you ever do something and you're like, that is so not what I meant to happen, but in the end, it just turned out okay. So about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago, I guess maybe I need to back up because I'm not sure, catch everybody up in case they haven't. So I had told Jason a while back that when I first lost my job back in the spring, I wasn't ready to do my own thing. Since then, I have made a commitment to build a coaching consulting business around the customer experience. And I have been working diligently on that, which, you know, as you know, Jason, there's a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that happens up here before you can ever make anything happen that the rest of the world would see. And that's what I've been working on. I hired a coach. You may have known him. His name is Garland Vance. He was here, I don't know, a little bit ago.
An episode or two ago.
An episode or two ago. So I'm working diligently on my business, but I'm not really ready to tell the world. Like, here's the concept. So if you know anything about StoryBrand, StoryBrand is marketing based off of the best way to tell a story, like creative writing concepts. And then if you know anything about Chick-fil-A, their customer experience is operational excellence, second mile service, and emotional moments or memorable moments. So my training, I want to create an online training system that marries those two so that you can walk the whole journey from the marketing to the end of the sale to the repeat sales. That's the concept. So I'm doing all this work, right? I'm doing good things. Well, I was playing with my Facebook page. I was just playing with the Facebook page. And I was like, you know, because I have a domain, but I haven't done anything with the website yet. Like, I'm just piddling with that stuff right now, which I know you'll probably yell at me for, but that's okay. I'm not ready.
You know me, I'm such a yeller.
So I was playing with the business Facebook page, which is called Your CX Matters, CX for customer experience. So Your Customer Experience Matters. So playing with my little Your CX Matters Facebook page, and I looked over at my little profile and I was like, oh, I'll just connect them. You know, I want people to know that it's there, even though I'm not really promoting it yet. Well, I didn't think about the fact that Facebook automatically posts if you put in another piece of employment. So I put in Your CX Matters. Brandy is the, you know, owner and founder or whatever. So Facebook threw that out for the world. And then I was like, oh, I didn't mean for people to see that. And before I noticed, I had like 10 reactions, a couple of comments. Hey, this is so exciting. I'm so proud of you. Meanwhile, I still have a full-time job, and I'm sure my boss was like, what the heck? What's going on here? I am up to 191 interactions off of a post that I didn't intend to make. And can I tell you, I didn't intend it, but it was really the best thing because there's so much validation from every friend that you've known your whole entire life saying, this is so exciting. I'm so proud of you. You're going to rock it. Like, this is going to be, and they don't even know what it is. Like, so I decided I had to put one post on the business Facebook page. And the post literally says, you're not going to see much here, but thanks for stopping by. And I'm still like, continuing to get validations. Like, I'm so excited. Congratulations. So it was kind of an oops, but it turned out really good. I appreciated the support.
You know, it's interesting about what you said. So all that really boils down kind of to mindset. You know what I mean? Mindset. And I've kind of become obsessed with the 3 M's lately. It's like mindset, motivation, and marketing are kind of the things where people get hung up. And I've talked about this so much recently, I can't even keep it straight where I've talked about it, but I'm just going to talk about it again anyway. But for the newer entrepreneur, I'm going to say even 0 to 3 years, getting jammed up or getting to a new point where you don't think you're good enough, like that is so, like, that's on so many people's minds. It's not like half, it's like 99%. It's really, really interesting. I follow some super successful people online, and money doesn't make that go away. Because I know some people that make really, really
Right.
good money, and some of the stuff they get hung up with, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, if anybody said that to you, what would you tell them? Like, what? You serious? So it's not a fault. It's really honest and authentic, but it's something that everybody struggle with. And if you can't get some of those things under control, you're just going to get stuck. You know, it's super interesting though.
I actually had that conversation with somebody just yesterday that we put up blocks that aren't really there. Like mine was always, I'm not the CEO of a company. Why would somebody listen to me? And the only way I got past it was I kept having these conversations and just pulling crap out of my head that I knew, like, no, you need to do it like this, or no, your customer is going to expect this, or no, you need to set the right expectations. And I realized, Brandy, you got crap up there. You need to just put it out in the world. And, for me, it's going to start with an online course. And then, that's phase one goal. I'm sure there'll be something later with it, but I'm happy in my day job. I don't need to change that. I just have this stuff that needs to come out. And until you start walking the path that you've been given, like walking my day job path, but I got this other stuff and I need to do something with it, not put it on the shelf, but do something with it, then you kind of get past all that, because you realize it's not about the fear that you're living in. It's about the opportunities that you really have.
It's beautiful. I remember one of the first times we talked, I asked you something like, haven't you ever wanted to do something for yourself? And you were giving this alpha and this beta conversation. And I was like, I wonder if she really believes what she's saying right now, because I see an entrepreneurial streak in her. Maybe she doesn't see yet. So.
But I would still say I'm a beta. I still run as a beta. I just happen to have
what are you doing
a bunch
over
of
there?
Crap I need to get out of my head.
Oh, we're hearing shot glasses clang around over there, or what?
Yeah, it's getting dark out. So I was trying to put some more light in the screen. Did that help? It doesn't look any different.
It looks exactly the same.
It looks exactly the same. Sure. It was an effort. Come on.
There you go. Well, good stuff. We, like I said, we've got, and I'll have to share it with you, but I can't even think straight, but we've got all kinds of guests lined up. I've been getting on some shows here lately too. We got all kinds of fun stuff between now and the end of the year in the podcasting world. And, it makes me happy every time I see somebody launch a new podcast. And I think to myself, I hope they stick around. Sometimes people will launch, with like 20 or 30 shows, which is great, but sometimes people launch with 1 or 2 and then they never make it to 10. They say that most podcasts never make it to 10 episodes. They get stuck about 7.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have ideas and then they're like, oh God, what do I talk about now? Maybe nobody's going to listen anyway. They just give up. But
well, and it's time, right? Like there's only so much time in the day. And I mean, in my world of business consulting, it's working on your business versus working in your business, right? So
Yep.
Podcasting a little bit is working on your business. You're talking about it, you're promoting it, you're thinking about how to make it better. And sometimes it's just selling widgets gets the best of your time.
It does. Yeah. And the great thing about this, especially with the video piece, is people can see you and figure out really quickly, do I resonate with this person or these people, or don't I? And if they do, it's super powerful. So something else, and I'm all over the place because I'm just so tired with my thinking is so scattered, more so than even normal. But another thing that's really cool about the Facebook groups is I've been obsessed with lives for a long time. Facebook Lives, super effective way to get people engaged. Facebook loves it when you go live, even when they're over. It keeps the content high and keeps things moving. But yeah, we're just talking about kind of a hodgepodge of things today, but it's nice to connect on the air and get people's minds turning.
I do have feedback for your videos. Your videos are really good,
Mm-hmm.
but I never have the sound on my phone.
Yeah.
Like I watch everything on my phone.
Yeah.
You need some closed captioning, man. Like
the captioning to do it accurately is actually pretty labor intensive. So that's the reason I don't. I've done it before, and to do it right takes a lot of time. I know somebody else could do it, but usually I'm just like video done, publish, go. It's all just to get it out there, but I hear you.
So I would say that's part of operational excellence. If you are interested, I can share with you how important that is to your customer experience.
All right. We'll do that sometime. So what's coming up for you for the rest of this year? Once you get the kids off to school, what are you looking forward to? So
truthfully, one of the things that I was looking forward to is getting back into our podcast, because I have really missed it. So thank you. And then I'm still working on my MBA, and because I took time off for graduation life in the spring, I have to double up on a class in November. So
I don't envy you.
Brady. So then my next class is finance. And then after that, I've doubled up with economics and casino and resort management. I was like, that's a fun class. I'll put that one as my second.
There you go.
I mean, who doesn't want to talk about casino and resort management? I mean, come on.
I was never
I'm going to go to the casino after I'm done and be like, they're not doing that right.
I was never a casino guy, but when I went to Vegas, it kind of changed me because Vegas was just such this cool environment where everybody was kind of happy and laid back. So casinos in Vegas are kind of neat for that reason, but I don't mind them anymore.
It's all about hospitality, man.
Absolutely. I wish I've got some ideas and some things I'm working on between now and the end of the year. I wish I could even begin to share them. It'd be too overwhelming for you and the listeners, but we're going to be moving hard, and we're going to move until things slow down for the year. So we're going to go gas pedal down for the rest of the calendar year. So all kinds of cool stuff coming out, I promise you.
Yay.
Yep. And anybody who wants to learn this crap, any of this crap for your business, if you want to go do it and help other people, check out the Facebook page. There's a group linked to it called Funnel Building for Profit. Check it out. We train you on how to do all this stuff, and you can stay there for free forever and still absorb a unbelievable education and meet a bunch of cool people. So that's one of the things I never expected. My Facebook Messenger on a daily basis, oh my God, it's just blown up because I've met all these cool people. Yeah, from all over the world. I've got clients like infiltrating my email list and my groups, and it's like, here's the normal client relationship, but you're over here too. So I guess we're friends now. And it's just really interesting.
I even got a Facebook friend from Funnel Building for Profit.
Yeah.
Facebook group.
You joined the group, didn't you?
I did. And somebody friended me just because I was in the group.
There
I was
you
like,
go.
oh, I feel part of the family now.
There you go. But it's funny because it's young, it's early, but I've seen enough to know that there's something, mark my words, there's something very significant.
Mark my words.
Yep.
There's
something very significant there. So
it's good stuff. You know what? You care about it, and you're passionate about it, and so it will grow.
Absolutely. Well, that's all I've got.
Go visit my Facebook page, Your CX Matters. They won't see anything there, but they could tell me they were there. That'd be cool. It's like when you go in the bathroom and you write, Brandy was here. Oh, wait, you're not supposed to do that.
Let me ask you this. So I'll put you in the hot seat. So when can we expect to see more content there on a regular basis?
2020.
Okay. All right. It gives us 3 months.
Yeah, I've got some frameworks that I need to put together so that I know what I'm talking about when I say it.
There you go. There you go. Sounds great. Well, if you have nothing further for this Unplugged reunion episode, maybe I'll call it the reunion. I'm ready to say
reunited. Reunited and it feels so... Sorry, that's the wrong song.
All right. What's in the water over there, Brandy?
I'm just happy to be here, okay?
I'm glad you're happy. My fatigue is so high right now, I can't take it anymore. I'm looking at myself in video like, man, my eyes are barely even open. I'm exhausted, but I'm good. I'm good for this episode. As always, guys, we really, really appreciate you listening. For those of you that are huge Brandy fans, she's back. You can relax now. She's back. And we will catch up with you soon with another edition of the podcast.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. See ya.